Extreme Outer Limits, baby. It's just gotta be extreme.
Woo! I worked for that one.
Extreme Outer Limits is presented by Night Force Optics. Precision optics for precision shooting.
Well, buddy.
Nice brisk morning.
Fourth season.
Yeah.
Colorado.
Yeah. It's our first time here in fourth season.
Yeah, first time ever mule deer hunting during the 4th, and we're back at the Bear Ranch.
Yes. We missed it. We missed a year.
Yep.
We're back. We're excited to be here.
So in years past, we'd usually come twice. We would do the elk in the first, and then we were able to consistently pull deer tags for the third. So we'd come and then we'd go home and then we'd come back. But I'd always kind of wondered what a 4-season tag would be like. And of course you got the, state changing the season dates, kind of rolling with the calendar back. So we've got a double whammy this year. We have not only a 4-season tag, but it's the latest dates it will be, and I think it's a 6 or 7 year rotation, because next year it'll creep back, earlier and earlier and earlier, and then it'll reset 7 years later. But super excited.
Yeah.
The only thing that we're waiting on is it's been super dry. They haven't had a single ounce of moisture in a month.
Yeah.
So even though we've got the dates and we've got the season all stacked with us, we're still gonna have to hope for a little weather. It's
Right. Even the afternoons when we arrived here yesterday, it was in the 60s.
60s. Yeah, t-shirt weather.
Yeah. We're in middle November, so that's seems a little crazy, but
Yep. Well, we're supposed to get weather starting tomorrow evening, and then looks like some snow and things for a couple days, and that'll just turn this thing on like something fierce. But
sure hope.
I guess if I'm making any kind of point, isn't it crazy that we're here this late? And with these big mule deer, it's still a weather thing. No matter how late it gets, if it's sunny, those deer just timber up. But boy, that snow flies and out they come. So it's actually the day before season. We're gonna go look around. Apparently there's been a lot of changes on the ranch. They've been doing a ton of improvements. Jim was mentioning all kinds of alfalfa fields that they've been planting for the sheep, the elk, the deer. Apparently some new skid roads for access. He said there's a bunch of good walking trails now. Plus if you shoot something, it's easier to get
it out.
Yeah, to get them out. So I'm excited. We're not really getting after it real early, but it is cold. We're just gonna go look around today, kind of a low impact scouting, just stay to the main road, kind of do a little glassing.
Right.
And then tomorrow is the day that it all starts. So, all right, you excited?
I'm excited.
All right, come along with us. are right there. Best buck we've seen so far this morning. Other than that, just a couple, or a 2-point, like a spike. So anyway, we'll just keep going up and looking around.
This segment is brought to you by the Night Force 5-25 by 56 Enhanced ATAC-R Rifle Scope. Features a lightning-fast 30-minute per revolution zero-stop turret, a 34mm tube allowing for 120 minutes of adjustment, and ED glass producing brilliant images and exceptional color contrast. Extreme Store presents the Ready to Hunt Rifle Series. Includes a new MOA rifle, custom-loaded ammunition, sight-in, and validation work done over 1,000 yards. Complete and ready for the field. Visit extremestore.us for current inventory.
There's deer too. That one's a buck. There's a buck in this group, guys. That's getting to be about last light, or at least last camera light on our scouting day. There's a pile of deer. There's a buck. I can see his lip curling, carrying on with the does out there. He's still doing it. Circling around, just nose up in the air going. Oh, that's a big deer right there. Oh, that's a big deer. That's a big buck right there. Deer's way bigger than the other one. Come look at this deer. That deer is a monarch right there.
His head is cocked to the left just a little bit, but his nose is down.
That deer is an absolute giant, no matter even if he's not a 4-point. He is a
He's
massive,
got brows too.
massive deer. He is huge, isn't he? I mean, he's bona fide
He's
giant.
just like,
Oh, wait, look.
he's curling his lip and
Is he?
stuff. Yeah.
So instead of them being upright like this, they're like this, and they're just like that. So when the beam went around,
You
when I
just
first
look
looked,
at that,
I
yeah.
was like, oh, he's just a giant 3. But admittedly, this side's only about this big, and that side's only about that big. But frame and age, that deer is a giant.
Started out looking at a buck that Bob spotted. Ended up just being a big 2, but
Yeah.
a way smaller frame deer. All of a sudden, this massive deer just comes walking into the field, and got our blood flowing a little bit, huh? That's exciting. I love that.
You know what the difficult thing about that deer is? From a trophy hunting aspect, you look at those short fronts and you're like, but from a like physical mass age, it's probably a 5-year-old, 5.5-year-old deer, and he's an
heavy.
absolute monster. I bet the thing is 260 or 70 pounds on the hoof. His antlers got this much mass, carries it all the way to the top. He's got 200-inch backs, brows. He is a true giant, but what do you do with a deer like that? Do you shoot it because it's a giant, or do you go, nah, he's a little short, don't mess with it. I don't know.
I don't know. It's really tough. We're actually on our scouting day, so it's like when you start seeing stuff like that, it's one of those things where when season opens tomorrow, do you pass on something like that, or do you kick yourself for passing on something like that? That's always the famous question.
I don't know.
I'd shoot that deer all day long, but do I shoot it on the first day, or do I wait and see if I'm going to see him?
I don't know. I do know one thing. You know what tomorrow is?
What?
It's not just opening day. It feels like Christmas. Fourth season mule deer, Colorado. Oh man, that's a big, big deer. All right, we gotta get out of here.
This segment of Extreme Outer Limits was brought to you by the Extreme Shooting School, hosted by Bob Beck, an information-packed 2-day class. For more information, go to ExtremeOuterLimitsTV.com. Extreme Outer Limits is also brought to you by G7, Grip and Pull, Night Force MOA 1000 Rifle Scope, MOA Rifles, Night Force Optics, and Burger Bullets. This segment is brought to you by the Extreme Store. For all your brass, bullet, and ammunition needs, head to extremestore.us.
So the upper deer is a buck.
Okay.
But I still seen
They're looking right at us.
another deer that was not him. Yeah, that deer's tall, but he's narrow. He's only 20-inch. Decent 4x. It's not.
Is it the one we saw
looking
yesterday?
for. Probably. But I seen a big-bodied deer to the left of him on the tree line. It was a way bigger body than him.
No way it wouldn't come out.
Or at least I thought it was bigger body. I guess it could have been perception since there was no other deer there, but it looked bigger than that. Well, we're getting after it on the first morning of the hunt. So
it begins.
We are in our Hunter Orange, and we're trigger ready if need be. Little update on the weather is it's actually a bit warmer than yesterday, but that's because we have the cloud cover. Mm-hmm. The weatherman says storm possibly tonight and tomorrow. That's what we're waiting on. So we'll just push through the day and then hope that the weather comes. But even if we don't have weather, that buck is pushing hard. Mm-hmm. So that might be a good sign that we need to really be watching all of the does that we see today, because they might have bucks with a good amount of them.
This segment of Extreme Outer Limits is brought to you by Benchmark Barrels, the rifle barrel of choice for long-range hunters, competition shooters, and sport shooters worldwide. Ask for one on your next rebarrel or custom rifle build. This segment of Extreme Outer Limits is brought to you by Kestrel Ballistics Weather Meters, the perfect match of long-range ballistics and environment. Get precision aiming solutions for your gun, your load, and your shot.
We ran into one of the fellow hunters at camp that's actually here hunting elk. He told us about an area where he just seen a really big, tall, deep forked 4-point. So we're parking and we're gonna walk and look up in here, get a look at him for ourselves. See that deer right where he said it was, but it's probably been an hour since he's seen it, and they're always on the move in the rut. So there's a little 2-track up on this ridge that we can see to that side. We're gonna go up it and then we're gonna cross, and then from up here we can see back on this side. Maybe that buck's just hunting around for does. What do you think, boss?
Good day. Saw a lot of deer, a lot of bucks. There's a lot of activity going on, which is kind of exciting, including the clouds, which have made it darker probably 30 minutes earlier than yesterday.
Yeah, cut into our evening action
plan
by about a half an hour for sure.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't. I mean, I think they're on their feet, but they definitely haven't made it out in the open much yet.
Well, we did see 5 4-point bucks today. So
At least, I think.
not a bad day.
Good
And
count.
it warmed up a good bit. It was about 30 when we started, 60 some. So not a bad day considering. But all right, I guess we're calling it for the lack of light. And hopefully tomorrow when we come on the morning hunt, you see us heading out into snow.
We hope. We can only cross our fingers.
I'll
but
probably look like an idiot for saying that, but we're gonna hope. All right, see you guys in the morning.
Want more long-range hunting info? Be sure to check out the all-new Extreme Outer Limits podcast for long-range hunting tips and insights. You can find new episodes on iTunes and Podbean starting October 1st. Star Valley Outfitters, now owned and operated by Extreme Outer Limits, is one of Wyoming's premier hunting locations, offering opportunity on trophy elk, bear, deer, and moose. For more information, go to ExtremeOuterLimitsTV.com. Extreme Outer Limits is also brought to you by McMillan Stocks, Benchmark Barrels, Kestrel Ballistics Weather Meters, Lapua Brass, passion for precision, and Vitavuri Powder, the power of accuracy.